Hello everybody, SlimKirby here. Welcome back to more of The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening for the Nintendo Switch. Last time we made our way back to Mabe Village to return Bow Wow, and then we started exploring the Cuckoo Prairie. We also did some dungeon creation over at Dampé's Shack, and I think we're actually ready to progress and move on now. So we're currently at the Seashell Mansion. Kanalet Castle is over there. That is our next destination. We're going to help out a guy named Richard who will be able to help us to the next dungeon. But first we need to help him first, so we need to do that. Unfortunately, Kanalet Castle is currently blocked. The front door is locked and we can't get through that way, so we need to find an alternate path to get inside the castle. And this is where the trade quest actually comes into play. You can't actually do this until you get the bananas from the trade quest. So if you haven't done anything with the Yoshi doll or any of that other stuff, do that now until you get the bananas, because you're not going to get anywhere else until you do that. So let's go ahead and talk to this monkey right here. Bananas, bananas, ooh, ooh, give to Kiki? Sure. Bananas, bananas, ooh, ooh, Kiki. Monkeys, come, repay him, Kiki. Yay. The monkeys have come to save the day. And they're going to make a nice little bridge for us to cross into the castle to get in the inside. So very, very helpful. Monkey business, done. Bye-bye. Ooh, Kiki. But they do leave behind a stick that we'll be able to use later on for the trade quest. So you found a stick, a monkey left behind. You take it. Sounds good to me. So also a bit of a fun fact: if you have Bow Wow with you, you can't actually do this until you get rid of Bow Wow. So the game does force you to get rid of Bow Wow by this point, if you hadn't yet. So keep that in mind. So yeah, we're on this side of the lake now. We're kind of on the outer perimeter of the castle, which there is actually a secret entrance over here. And that is what we're going to be using to get inside. So let's see what we can find. We have some more Goombas here, so let's go ahead and stomp on them, as we normally do with Goombas. Sounds like a fine idea to me, anyway. And now we're on the inside of Kanalet Castle, so now we need to start looking for the golden leaves. As usual, the guys that have the shield, take them off guard, block them, and then hit them to get the strikes in. These enemies right here, these enemies will have some of the golden leaves. For this guy, you just kind of have to wait for him to pop out of the right hole, and then hit him, kind of like whack-a-mole, I guess. Or whack-a-guard. After you hit him enough time, you get one of the first gold leaves. Or gold leaves, whatever you want to call them. So now we're going to move over to this side. Get this guy from behind. I actually do really like how they make the shield more important in this game, because the shield you really don't use a whole lot at all in the original Link's Awakening. So it is kind of cool that they actually made the shield a pretty useful tool. It also just kind of helps that you have it on you at all times now too. In the original game you had to always put it on one of your buttons. It was annoying. Okay, so the next gold leaf is actually being held by this bird right here. We need to scare it off of the tree and then hit it with a rock to get it. You can also use your sword, obviously, but I chose a rock because it takes less hits, so it makes sense to me. And with that, we can actually move inside the castle now. The castle itself is not very long. It's just really a few quick rooms here, so nothing to worry about too much. Come on. And after you defeat all the enemies in this room, another gold leaf will drop. And man, I am getting bullied by this anti-fairy right here. So this button right here will actually open up the front door so you can leave a lot easier. Huh? Sounds like the castle gate opened. You can leave the castle easily now. So yeah, definitely make sure you hit that, otherwise you'll have to go through the secret exit again, which is a lot slower. Okay, so right here we have some cracks in the wall. We're gonna blow both of these up. And what do you know, there's a guard behind here. And one of them was holding one of the other gold leaves. So we actually only need one more. This is why I said this section is not very long. You just really don't have to do a whole lot here. So we're going to leave out to the balcony here, and the balcony just leads to another door, which is where the main part of this will begin. Also, I believe one of these pots actually has bombs, so if you're running out of bombs or you're running low, this is a place where you can, you know, restock. You only get like one at a time, but still. Also, this door has a pot on it. You have to use a pot to break it. You can't open it any other way. There was actually no indication, really, that you had to use the pot in the original game. So it is kind of nice that they actually have that indication here. That guy's actually a lot harder in this version, but still, just a couple of hits and he should go down pretty quickly. And that is actually all 5 golden leaves, so we are officially done with this side quest now. Or, well, I guess you can't really call it a side quest. It's definitely part of the main quest. But we can actually just jump easily down the balcony to the first floor. And since we opened that door, we can just walk right out. And there we go. Kanalet Castle has been completed. Like I said, not very long. This is where I feel like the game really starts to show itself as a Game Boy game. Really, just a lot of the things you do in this game do not take very much time whatsoever. So yeah, definitely get used to that, because you'll be plowing through this game pretty quickly if you just kind of get like tunnel vision on your forward objective. Thankfully for like the next part, there's like a pretty lengthy like overworld segment before you get to the next dungeon after Dungeon 3. Ah, très bien. I see you've recovered all the leaves. Now, move this statue and you'll find your reward. Also, fun fact with this guy, and with all the frogs that you obviously see around here, this guy is actually a reference to another video game character. It's a game that I believe didn't actually come out in America, if I'm not mistaken. I'll go ahead and once again put an annotation in the video, saying what the game is and everything. But yeah, this is, I mean, much like a lot of things in Link's Awakening, this is a reference to another video game character. So, I always thought that was kind of cool. Unfortunately, these frogs do not want me to continue, so let me leave the shack and come back in to reset their position here. There we go. But yeah, I always thought that was a cool thing, how this was just kind of a reference to a different video game. But again, that's kind of the entire case of Link's Awakening. It's like everything is like a reference to another video game in this game. So you get a secret seashell right there. We're gonna come over here next. I believe, okay, nope, never mind. I'm thinking of a different chest. I think we just go out here and we're immediately in the grass field. So for this section right here, spin attacks are your friends. You can basically use them to determine where all the holes are. And you need to basically follow this path until you get to the key at the very end of this giant maze here. There are ways you can kind of sequence break this a little bit. Like, I believe, like, right here, like, you can obviously, like, make a jump across all of this. But obviously, if you don't know like, where all the paths are, you probably wouldn't be aware of that. my jump. Don't be like that game. So yeah, right here, we're gonna jump. I feel like we should be able to get that. Yep, there we go. You can just barely make 2 hole gaps. Just barely, so... I don't think you can do any more than that until you have some other items, though. Okay, so this is actually where you need the shovel. Because obviously with the shovel, you can dig this up. And that is the slime key. Now you can open the gate in Cuckoo Prairie, which I believe is right over here. So let's go ahead and put that in the hole here, and that will unlock the 3rd dungeon. However, since we're already like 11 minutes into this video, and even though I wouldn't say the next dungeon is terribly long, it's probably long enough, so I'm actually not going to go into the dungeon yet. I think it's time we mess around with some extra stuff, so... Yep, we're going back to the Trendy game. I'm going to also try to pick up some rupees here as well, if they're available. Just because that might actually give me some extra cash, so I don't feel like I'm actually, like, wasting rupees here. Okay, well we only have a red rupee anyway. We also have something else there in the top, which we'll probably also focus on trying to get that too. But the main things we're going to be getting, obviously, like I said, I'm going to try to get the rupee, and obviously that doll that's over there too. This way, if I get the rupee, and if I get the other 2 things, it'll be like I didn't waste any rupees getting either of these things. Okay, so let's go ahead and play again. That might be off, but whatever. That might be enough, though. Don't fall out, 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 don't fall out. Hey, it didn't fall out. Oh my god, this has been the smoothest Trendy game so far. Okay, so now we have to worry about this. Got it. Oh my god, we did it! I got all the items for pretty much free. Oh, that's perfect. So we got the rupee. We get the spiny figure. And we get a chamber stone. So the chamber stones are basically things you can use with Dompe for the dungeon builder. I believe they just give you some unique rooms or something, so they're basically used for that. I think there's also chamber stones you can buy at the shop now. I think they finally become available once you actually... Oh no, not here yet. Never mind. Oh, okay, well never mind then. But yeah, chamber stones, you can now find them in places. I believe there's 14 you can find on the overworld. There's like 7 of them you'll get from the shop. There's 1 from the Trendy game. There's 1 you get after getting all the statues of like all the Mario characters. And there's also, there'll be a couple of others through like other various side quests as well. We come back here. I'll grab the purple rupee really quick. Just to get the purple rupee. It might as well. It'll give me a profit in this video, so may as well, I guess. Oh my god, I thought the rupee was gonna fall out there for a second. I mean, I wouldn't put it past this Trendy game doing that, so I'm just thankful it didn't do it. Okay, I wouldn't say my wallet's bursting, but we are definitely getting a lot closer to that bow and arrow, which is, like I said, the next biggest expense we're going to be trying to go for. And thankfully we have a couple of dungeons coming up, so we'll probably get some more rupees from that as well. So I think we're doing a pretty good job with rupee grinding right now. So with that, I think I am going to go ahead and start making my way to the third dungeon. This will be kind of a shorter video, I guess. I would go back and do another dungeon at Dampé's, but you know, we haven't completed any new dungeons since the last time I was there, so I don't exactly have like any more rooms to choose from. So I'll just wait till I have like more options to customize with before I go back there. So yeah, we need to make our way back. Also, Terran. We'll talk to Terran too, I guess. Oh, Slim, I see you have a nice stick there. Can I borrow it for a second? Sure. Idiot. You deserve what's coming to you. I'm sorry, but it's true. No one should do that, ever. Oh well, time for me to reap the benefits of that. So the stick became the honeycomb. You're not sure how it happened? How? Like, we saw how it happened. Terran was an idiot. He attacked a beehive with his stick, and then the bees went away while we kept the honeycomb. We know exactly how it happened. Don't be silly, game. We know exactly what went on there. Okay, so there we go. We did open the cave, right? Oh yeah, we definitely did. Okay, we're good. Before we enter the dungeon, though, obviously there's one more thing I want to do. Because there is a seashell right here. Is that number 15, or... That's only 13. Okay, we still have a bit to go before our next reward. Well, we have 2 to go, but still, we'll get that. We'll get that a bit later. We actually will have an item that'll actually give us access to a lot of different seashells after we get through this dungeon. But I'm going to go ahead and stop here, so thank you to everyone who's watching. I will see you guys next time when we take on dungeon number 3. The Key Cavern. There's actually a couple of different names for this cave. But again, I'll talk about that later. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys next time. Later, folks.